Thank you. Can you hear me now? 5x5 now. Have I been no sound the whole time? Probably. 5x5 now. Hey, you know it's a live stream if I start with some technical difficulties. Cool. I'm going to back up then. You hear me now. So hello, Andy. Hello, Mr. Landfill. Hello, anyone else that's in here. Looks like we got a couple people. So I'm gonna give my whole little talk then again, I guess. Why I'm out here, what I'm doing. This is the wonderful world. This is the wonderful world of planting corn. So here's my little corn bed. I believe it's 6 by 10 foot. We have some onion on the end of it still. This was all garlic we pulled, and it's curing currently. It's hung up inside, drying out. And so we're going to put some corn here. And this year I decided to go with something different. We decided to go with the sweet corn, golden bantam. And so we're going to plant that in this bed. Now, normally with corn, what I was saying there before is you want to plant it about 12 inches apart in rows and spacing. Oh no, he got parvo. I'm so sorry, Andy. But you're treating him, okay. Ooh, yuck. I'm sorry about that. So in this bed here, we'll do it a little more dense though. Hey, Steve, by planting it a little bit more densely, since I have a smaller area, it's going to help it pollinate too. One of the ways corn pollinates is it creates a big cloud of pollen that goes around throughout the corn. And if he's recovering, okay, good. If you're not planting a lot of corn, it's hard to get all that pollinated. And so each kernel on the corn cob has a tassel that has to be pollinated. So you want a good pollination there. We do a lot of it by hand just because it's a small area. But by doing it a little bit more dense, slightly more dense, I do about 8 inches apart, it helps that to pollinate a little bit better too. On the end, I have some squash as well. Actually, I think it's a watermelon that will grow throughout. So we're going to do 3 sisters minus the beans. We're doing the 2 sisters. One sister decided not to show up. So I am back on live stream. I guess what I was saying at first. I've been working a whole lot at work, which is good. It's allowing me to get caught up on some unforeseen financial things. So that's awesome. A blessing there. But I haven't been doing live streams. And so I was talking to Verna, and she really encouraged me just to do a random live stream when I have time. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm out here planting the corn this morning while I got a little bit of time. And getting most of that going. So I will be in comments quite a bit. I'm going to show a little bit more of my garden. I did a live stream this morning where we actually found a toad out here in the garden. So I want to do a little bit of chat this morning, but first I'm going to go ahead and plant some more of this. So I'll be back and forth here. You get to watch. I'm using just one of my poles here to poke some little holes, and I'm alternating them, not in complete rows. They'll alternate between. So I space them out here about 8 inches apart. And we don't use a lot of we don't use pesticides. We try to do everything natural, at least here. With our plants, corn is one thing that I will use. I believe it's called TCB or something. I'd have to look it up. It's a natural chemical, but I will use some of that possibly. I've been looking at what to do this year. So this year I've been focusing a little bit more on fertilizing and pest control and doing it naturally. So the corn is one thing we do. We get worms, and I know we go back and forth with whether lately you just cut off the part that has the worm and eat the rest. I think I may not do that chemical. I've been looking at it and thinking about it, but I may not because we are planning a little bit later. This year I'm a few weeks behind. And I noticed when I've done that before, the corn doesn't have as big of a problem. A lot of those moths don't like the heat. It's been hitting close to 100 in a day here. So those moths, they shouldn't be as bad. So we may not do that. My wife made the boys breakfast from the yard today. She made homemade bread. All those ingredients weren't from the yard, but homemade bread. She made some syrup, and she picked blackberries from our bushes, and took eggs and made French toast for the boys out here. So it's always a cool thing, I think, or a goal of mine to be able to produce meals from here, incomplete as we can. Incompleteness. So this part's not very exciting. I'll pop in and I'll chat, and once I get this planted, I'll go sit and we'll show the ginger and see if I can find that toad again. A couple other plants I want to show. Some of my staples there are doing really good, so I'll have more toothache seeds to send out to the people I need to do that, and some other things like that. So let me do one more row, and then I'll come see what y'all are doing. Yeah, but if you didn't catch the stream earlier this morning, I was on for just a few minutes. Found a new garden friend that was named James. So I think it's funny because we're a very urban homestead. We're, here in the city, and I have the yard pretty buttoned up, with fencing and gates and all that. And we've had a skunk, we've had, different animals out here that I just wouldn't think would be out here, but I guess they are. If I saw a coyote or something, that I would understand, because they're out here in the streets. There we go. So I'm doing 7 to 8 per row. The rows alternate, and it looks like I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My guess is I could probably put 20 rows in here or so. All right, let's see here. I did also want to show a quick little thing on recycling and reuse. Oh, cool. We got all kinds of, let's see. I gave him fire cider. All right. Makes a local honey, bone broth, activated charcoal, and started with, oh, wow, the whole gauntlet. Yep, gone good. All the bases covered. Mr. Lanthal said, yep. Even a pop-up live needs a thumbs up. Hey, it does. Yeah, double tap that screen if you're in here. That helps out for sure. Thank you, Steve. This is the super exciting one. Planting corn. No, this is so in this same bed we do garlic, onion, corn, and wheat. So I'm going to run corn, and then we always end up in the fall coming to the decision. We have to make a decision whether we're going to do another thing of corn. We can do another crop of that, or we're going to do the wheat. And so this year I think we're going to do wheat again. And do a winter wheat. Man, parvo can be a serious one. That stinks, Andy. I got a lot of my first stream. I'll show that again, just because I'm closing in on getting them over there. It's taken forever, but they will be extremely happy once they get over there. Looks like we're getting there. If I can just do it, and it is getting hot today. It's supposed to be up to 98 here, and that sun beats down for sure. That's why I'm wearing my hat now. I've done most of my chores today, but I still haven't completed them, so the birds may get loud in a minute. They'll want some stuff. And you're going to hear lots of traffic, probably. It is a busy morning. People are out doing things today. Sounds like. There we go. I have to work here a little bit later, and then me and my wife and Casey are going to hang out and do something today. So that's exciting. Three, 4, 5. Do you guys grow corn? Any of y'all? And if so, what kind of corn do you grow? We've been doing the same one off our seeds a little bit, and then buying some seeds too. A couple of varieties. I just decided to change it up this year and get some out of the Farmer's Almanac. I think I'm a little over halfway done, so then we can go off and talk about some other things. Honestly, I thought it would take longer for people. Usually it takes a while to stroll in. when I do the random lives. So I figured I'd start planting some corn, and then we could chat. Hey, there's 7 people in here. Hey, Palmetto, good to see you. Shalom. Hey, CDB's in here. Awesome. 2 growing. Yeah, we do. We get about 2. I can maybe even push that longer, to be honest. If I bet you if I started the seeds in the greenhouse on the first round, I could probably push through maybe even 3, depending on the variety. But we can definitely get the 2. This year I might be, one of the reasons I'm going with the wheat too is because I am a few weeks behind, like I said. And so I might not be able to get that second crop very big, at least. It would be pushing it. So this year we're just going to go ahead and either do the wheat, I think, here, and I believe I'm going to do garlic in another bed. Last winter we did garlic here. And when we got a big harvest, man, we have a lot. Did I do this? Nope. All right. The birds sit on the power lines up here and watch me, and then come steal the seeds. Oh, I think I did double plant that one. That's all right. I hear the hungry birds. They just want their scratch grains. They're not hungry. They get so much scraps. Good stuff. So we added this bed not too long ago. We ended up cutting out a lot of our grass too, and right now the pool's on it. But I could possibly use that area for garlic. Always we're running down on space here, but we're going to be here for a little bit, not too long. Hopefully, you know, I'm always talking about wanting to move to land, but we're very blessed here. And for certain reasons, it makes sense to be here right now. There we go. And I am almost done with this. We'll give it a good water. There we go. So how are all y'all's gardens? I know it's different wherever. Some of the channels I watch, like some of the people in South Dakota or places like that, I think they're just getting theirs outside or just did. Most people's gardens, I'm thinking, are probably doing great. I know if you're down south like Aaron or some of y'all, it's going crazy. I think everyone in here right now probably. Ours is going good. Right now, our biggest thing to battle is going to be the heat, the UV, and all that. And so this year we have a lot of trees planted and different shade structures. Kind of strategically did that. So hopefully that helps out. Our peach tree didn't give us any peaches this year, and I think it's because we lost a big branch last year and had to prune it pretty heavily. So I think that kind of knocked it back. But that goes to say why you store stuff. So we have a freezer full of peaches still. We have peach butter, peach jam. We still have plenty of peaches. So that is good. All right, y'all bearing with me in this wonderful world of planting corn. I am almost done. I got like 3 rows more, I think. And then we're going to stop, and I'll have to pull this onion in a week or 2, probably 2. And that will give this corn time to pop up, and then we'll plant the rest of the corn at the end of the bed. I like to plant, if you can, I think it's good to plant your corn in kind of like 2-week rotations. If you're not going to be pulling it all at once, you're just doing a smaller plot like this. Unless you want to harvest it all at the same time, but I can stagnate it a little bit and sometimes get a little bit more out of it. All right, just about. One more. And then we're going to take this shindig elsewhere. The plan, I should be able to be on today for till about 10, I think, our time. So a little bit of time. There we go. All the birds chirping. Whoo, it's hot. This is where I do the corn planting shuffle, or the seed planting shuffle. Take the dirt down. What day is today? Today is Thursday, the 19th of June. Wow, geez, time goes fast, huh? All right, so we'll give that water, and then we will go elsewhere. Let's see. Andy says I didn't plant a garden this year. Oh no, Andy. Planted more bushes. Ooh, I got a little dizzy. I need some water. Go grab some water. But let's see. I planted more bushes, perennials. Oh, awesome. In tubs this year. 2 cherry trees are doing good. Hey, I've been thinking a lot about the perennials and getting more perennial gardens going, and less work for you and a lot of benefit. You forgot to tell your seeds grow. Oh, geez. You're right, Steve. You're a volunteer tomato. Yeah. We have a lot of those. I pull them out and I feel bad. Not yet. Don't grow yet. Let me get the water on y'all first. Then we'll tell it to grow. So I want to show this hose, actually. These are kind of stupid things, but I think they're awesome, so I like to share. This is actually pretty cool. I don't know where the spray head is. Let's see. I got a 5 spray head. I think it's back there. All right, but I want to show this hose. These are these metal hoses. You've probably seen them places. I saw this one from Papa Pepper, and so I bought it. I love this. Absolutely love it. They don't twist and kink. It saves me a lot of headaches. So that has been a good investment here for sure. And I'm going to walk around and talk. Y'all just going to look at the corner while I find the spray head real quick. It gets back here. Yep. In my back 40. There we go. Hopefully I'm not cutting out. We're going to get back over there. Give it a good spray down. How's Solo? Solo approves. Quail is starting to go nuts too. I haven't fed them yet. Usually they get their food at 9. And I'm behind. All right. Let's get this hose on. So there is a watering system for this corn. You can see on the bed there, a drip system. I need to hook it up. I just got to screw the hose in. Let's see. I would ask about winter. Well, it does get cold here. So the high desert, actually, most people think it's hot all the time, but it gets very hot in the day and it cools off a whole lot at night and definitely in the winter. So in the summer, we'll get triple digits, and in the winter, it'll go below freezing. We had a mild one this year, but we can get good ones. Not a lot of precipitation, but it gets very cold. Enough to kill the plants. So I have to bring like that avocado I brought inside. Hey, Verna. So I have to give credit to this live stream to Verna. I hadn't realized I hadn't been on in a while. Time goes so fast when I'm working a whole lot. And so Verna says, she says, I said, I'll have to do a random live stream. And she said, do that and call it that. And we talked for a minute. She encouraged me. So this random live stream is thanks to Verna. And so then we got our corn planted here, the golden bantam. And we're going to water it real good. And then we're going to go walk around and talk and look at other things. We'll do the homestead shuffle. We'll shuffle around and look at the urban homestead. There we go. Just about good there. Oh, and we got to make sure we tell them to grow. Almost on that. There's a lot going on here. Everything is starting to get going. We've been eating off of it for sure. Lettuce and peppers and good things. I got my ginger growing, so I'm really excited about that. I'm always excited when there's an ingredient in things I use a lot, and I can do it myself, and I can grow it myself and make it myself. I also had a good recycle reuse tip here I want to share. I shared it in my first stream this morning. I'll share it again just because I think it was neat, and a good example of how you can do things with all kinds of unexpected items. Okay, I'm going to take this off of the camera stand. Hopefully I don't hit the button. Nope. Furnace nasturtiums are flowering. So is your other herb, but you can't remember the name of it. I have lots of herbs that I can't remember the name of herb. All right, so it is hot in here. Turn this fan on. Oh no, my fan's off. So this, we don't have a lot of power outside, and this is actually plugged into power. It's not on solar, so I have to go fix that. We'll do that later. Got some yarrow drying. Try not to move the borage. Oh yeah, I had that, and I don't anymore, but there's some lavender drying in here. So this one is my ginger. Look at this. So you see the ginger right there, probably. That's a piece of it sticking through. And so ginger, you do it really shallow. I actually don't need a big pot like this, but that's what I had. And so it's starting to pop up, and I'm really excited about that. Next to it, the lemongrass. Here we got some cayennes, which some of these are ready to go. And use pesticides or things. The one thing I've used is cold pressed neem oil. I didn't use any of that this year. And here's a banana pepper. Plants just in them places. Avocado. A couple years to go on that. Yeah, ginger. That's one I'm really excited about. There's a couple plants I'm really excited about. I'll share. But here's some echinacea. So that's starting to go in here. This is a tomato plant that didn't get planted in the garden. It just stayed here at the Roma. So my tray of tomatoes, I had them trade up like this, seeding them, and I think it got turned at some point. So a lot of the ones I planted that I thought were one thing are not. I think I got my Roma and my Genoveses mixed, but that's okay. So this is a Roma, and they are going good here. There's a couple things I'm going to point out on tomato plants, some garden tips too as we go. This one looks pretty good. That little pot's not near enough for it, but here we got a habanero, and this is another cayenne. Back here is some lemon balm. So a little bit behind on a few of my herbs, which is kind of sad, but I do plant lots of herbs because I sell and we use them. Malabar spinach. Ooh. Got a little bit of spinach here, and this one's finally sprouting. It's just too hot. Our spinach outside good too, but and Malabar's a good one too. There you go. And oh, it's burnt. Yeah, that's good. Here's some jalapenos. There's the solo, and I'll try not to move too fast. Sorry. My wife's got a couple things here. They were outside, but I brought them in here just because it's getting too hot. This is one of the things I do use. So I like to point out different things I use on the garden. But this is one I do. We use diatomaceous earth. I use it a little bit of the food grade stuff in the food to keep it from caking and insects from getting in it. And then I'll put it around to kill insects. So now here we got some peppermint. You have this going everywhere. So this peppermint's particularly for picking for teas and things and stuff. I have some planted other places that's really for pest control. First tomato plant you grew in styrofoam cooler. They go anywhere, won't they? I've heard they even have problems on like submarines and ships and things that have to recycle, they hang on to their septic with tomato seeds sprouting in their systems and clogging them up. I watched a thing on that. Anyways, so here we got bunching onion. And this is, a lot of things we're letting go to seed and stuff. So our cilantro and parsley are going to seed. Cilantro, though, when it goes to seed, it'll give us coriander seeds. So here we got some buckeye sunflowers. This is the watermelon plant that will cover the corn here, and some of our onion. We got some more. I think these are beets. I'm gonna try to do some beet powder this year. We got some beans and things over here. Some potatoes I don't know how they're doing, but these tomatoes, look at these Chadwick cherries, are really big. And they are happy over here. Save the seeds for next year. Yes, so we have this year our bigger. So we have some bigger goals, I guess. Look at this purple spinach tree. So some of our bigger goals this year and how I design planting, even though it seems like complete chaos, I do put some thought behind it, was I planted a lot of things that I can preserve in different ways that can carry, such as Roma tomatoes and paste tomatoes and things like that, peppers and stuff. A lot of things we can preserve, and then we're also letting a lot of things go to seed. And this year we're going to have a focus on that. I need some water. I'll have to go get some in a moment. Over here I got a couple of banana peppers, and I think they've been harvested. But this is actually bringing me to my reuse tip, so we'll get to that. When you get from other areas, oh, okay. Well, we will do that. These are all cayennes. Lots of cayenne this year. I eat a ton of cayenne. I absolutely love cayenne pepper. It's really, really good for you too. So we utilize a lot of it. It's also good for the birds, the chickens and quail. So we grow a lot of cayenne this year. Here, this is actually, I haven't grown green chilies here. We eat a lot of them, but I don't know. That's just one we put in. More cayenne. This is another peppermint. That's pest control peppermint. And then coming over here in this really hard to grow anything dirt, I got some zucchinis that are going. And this is a tomato. I don't think this was a volunteer. I think it's one we planted, but it's doing good down here, just growing like a bush. It's another Roma. All right, so this is going to be my reuse, recycle thing I did, I guess, to encourage you that you can do it with junk anywhere. So one thing I've been doing is I have compartmentalized, and I put gates kind of everywhere. That's really, really handy, I think, for keeping the animals in and out, and then, you know, whatever. But having to come and latch it every time I'm going in and out, especially if I'm carrying stuff, is a huge pain. So I came and I put some buttons on all of my gates, and that has been a total game changer. That's not what I'm talking about, though. It's actually this gate over here. And so this gate, I had found this old guinea pig cage that was on the side of the road, and I used it for various things I've shown around here, dirt baths for the quail and stuff. And finally, this is its final stages, it's opened up, so it's spread open, and I used it as fencing on here. But what is cool about that is we have a problem with cats coming up on the wall and trying to get the chickens when I have them out, and I haven't completely covered that yet. So Solo is my livestock guarding dog, and if you're here for the second time this morning, I talked about this, but he's a livestock guarding dog, so he needs to be able to get back here if that cat comes through. So this cage had a door that can only swing the one way, and so Solo can run through here. Here you go, Solo. Go on. He can push that open and run through, and if it's the cat, and get the cat, and then because of the spring, and the chickens can't push this, but Solo, come here, Solo. Come on. Come on. He wants to be back there. He's not going to do it. But anyways, he'll push this open and he can get back out. Sometimes he gets stuck. All right, so that's going to bring me around here. Thank you all for sticking with me. This is my newest project, one of them. And so this is the chicken run for the new little silkies that I'm building out. And I'm building it so it can be semi-easily moved. It can be taken with us. So like the framing and the panels and stuff like that. And so that's going in. Hopefully I'll finish that up quickly. And then I got the pad there. There's the little silkies. This gray one, so I sprayed some of the spray foam in the house, and it came running up behind me and tried to eat it. And I thought they were kept out, but this one I believe is the rooster. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, thanks, Andy. I thought so. It's just little things like that, and I like to point it out because I don't know, maybe it's people think about that, but I don't. And so I can just push the gate and then let it go. Come on, Solo, out of there. Leave them alone. Nope, you're staying in there, you. All right, cool. Let's keep going. I'm going to the back 40. These chickens in here, I have their automatic watering system, but I haven't even set it up yet. I just come in and refill their stuff. They're all hiding. I don't know where they're at right now. Oh, they're down. They're hanging out. The new one's over here. All right, this is cool. So these are our Concord grapes. Yeah, Verna, I think so too. And then that cage has gotten us more use. I like to break things down and reuse them in multiple ways. Um, yeah. So these are the Concord grapes, and they go all the way up. And I've been thinning them and trying to do that, but they're just going crazy up here. I hear someone. Anyways, we got. So this is mother here, but I don't have that. Now I got more lemongrass. There's plants. These are some of that are going to be in our other garden too, but these are going to be kind of for the chickens too. So we have the rosemary, oregano, tarragon. There's some. Hey, cool. That's awesome. I bet Farmer Casey is happy. Yeah. Ooh, so I gotta show you one of my new favorite things here on the homestead. We'll get to that in a minute. Here I got more tomatoes. Another tomato row. This is my microclimate area. These are these Genoveses. And then there's long red cherries planted up through here. A bunch of things. Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes. Awesome plant, perennials. I pretty much kill off where I don't want them, and then they just grow. So we have these in two areas. Easy to take care of. They grow, they give you a lot of shade, they have flowers, so they're pollinators, good food, as long as you can put up with the gas. This is a new one I showed this morning, but I'll show again. There's something down here. My wife put seeds all over it. So these are ground cherries, and the dogs aren't supposed to have these, so they're back here. But they fall off kind of like tomatillos in their little wrapper. And I can open that up. Let's see, just a second. Let's set this down. Oops, what did I do? Solo, you're not supposed to be back here. All right. So I don't know. This one might be a little young. Little ground cherry. Oh, it's pixelating. Sorry, it's the area I'm in. I'll go quick. Anyway, there's more tomatoes. Ooh, that's good. We got cucumbers. That's a bushy one. Other cucumbers. And then we got some more other things back here. Okay, I'm going to come around because then it'll stop pixelating. I worked really hard this year too on getting my watering system going. And so it's not completely automated yet, but I'm working on it better. So I got various timers. The main timer on the other end will charge these ones, and then these will feed the garden. And then I put in hose spigots too around so I can attach my hoses in other places in the yard. So that helps out. All right, let's go over here. So was it this one you're talking about? Oh, my wife's out here, I see. We'll walk around this way. Let's see. I'll try not to pick up her conversation. So we'll go down here and then come back. Boys have been playing in the pool. The yard is a mess. There's the Silky house. It's almost done and needs to be moved. Here's the other area. I got Jerusalem artichokes. So, oh, here another reuse. All of my milk cartons. And so these are other of the sunchokes, and they're growing in this bin here. They get like 10 foot tall, so they'll cover the window here. Should be perfect as the sun will start to turn that way. So this is kind of a cool bed. This one I have 3 hibiscus trees, which we use for all kinds of things. They're really good for you. And so 3 big hibiscus. There's a hollyhock here that just sprouted up, and a lily, but most of everything in here can be used. We got purple yarrow throughout here, and then lamb's ear down here. So these are cool ones. See, my wife's on the phone, so I'm trying to avoid that. But this is where we cut out this piece of grass around here. The pool's there, but eventually there'll be more food. All right, over here we got some sweet mint. This is my toothache plant. I fixed it as soon as I sent the message. Have I ate any? What is it I'm eating? The hibiscus? What should I eat? I'll go eat it. Oh, the artichokes, yeah. Yeah, so I think they taste really good. They're like a root vegetable, kind of like a cross between a potato and a carrot. I don't know how to explain it. They're really good. They can give you a lot of gas. If you boil them, it helps with that. And there's other things you can do, but I think they're really good. I like them. So like we'll cut up like a sweet potato and then some sunchokes and put some oil on them and salt and pepper, and then in the oven in little chunks. That is good. I won't eat one of those right now though, because raw, not so good. The chickens absolutely love them though. They go wild for the sunchokes. All right, here's toothache plant. That will be going soon, and then I can send more seeds. Sun. Oh yeah. So if you were in here this morning and you saw a toad, I have no idea where he's at now. It's the only time I've ever seen a toad out here. So I didn't know. That was kind of cool. Here we got a honeydew going. And there's other sunflowers and things. I like to plant sunflowers throughout. And we got peas and other things. Tomatillos in here. There's jalapeno peppers growing throughout this bed. And a lot of different lettuces. There's some companion planting. Tomatillos haven't gone yet. And then we'll have different beans in here as well, some other bushing beans. The chard is another one we're all letting go to seed. And then now it's just kind of falling apart. So the chard's probably going to come out. But the calendula patch has gone insane. Calendula are an awesome flower. You can use for all kinds of things. I make calendula oil, we use them in teas and other things like that. And then lettuces and stuff. But this is bringing me to my new favorite thing on the homestead. So I'm going to flip my camera around real quick. You never ate any. I could send you some too. Oh man. Let's see. All right. So this is one of my new favorite things. And so I got to come back in here. Let me show this. This is my asparagus. We got peppermint. There's tomatoes. And I don't know. There's all kinds of things in this patch. But these are my blackberries. And we've been picking them and eating them. And there's just been so many of them. And of course, they're all organic. That one's not quite ready, but it's good. That one's ready. There's a big old truck back here. All right. Oh, that's so good. Blackberries, anything right off the plant. If you guys have never had corn right off the plant, so in the first 5 minutes, it starts, after 5 minutes, starts to lose its sugars. They start to change. If you can pull corn right off the plant, throw it in some water and eat that, or just off the plant. Oh man. These berries, same thing. Let me flip it back around. This is definitely one of my favorites for sure. It's all these berries. So good. Oh man. Yeah, good to see you, Palmetto. But the asparagus is going good. So we picked it, we ate a lot. Now it's pushing out and it'll seed, and it creates good home for ladybugs as well. So this is something I want to point out. And you can see my leaves on my tomatoes here are curling some. And so we haven't had a lot of blossom end rot, but we have had some of that. And so what that is, most likely, is a phosphorus deficiency. And so what this plant needs, when I look at it and what I've been giving it now to help correct that, is this plant needs bone meal. So it's gotten some bone meal treatment. It needs its water probably looked at. So I need to make sure that it's not getting too much or too little. Also with it, although it doesn't have blossom end rot yet, it could get it. The leaves indicate if there is a water problem, I may get that as well. So it would be a good time I can take some calcium and give it a calcium boost too. Because it doesn't have end rot, I don't think it needs an immediate calcium boost. I think it can have just in the soil calcium and help build that up. One other thing though that can do this too is if you have too much nitrates in your soil, and these plants sit back to back with the compost. A lot of my garden is from our compost too, and our compost is very quail poo heavy. So it definitely is nitrogen heavy. I know our beans really thrive in it, and so that tells me we probably do have too much nitrogen in my soil too. So anyway, something to point out. You hate canned spinach. Yeah, the fresh stuff is way different. Fresh food is better. So a lot of sunflowers in here. We like sunflowers. These are pinto beans. Pinto beans go great in New Mexico here. So we love them. So this is our little pinto bean patch. Amongst this is bell peppers. I think that they've all been picked right now. But there's 4 pepper plants. They will get big. Also, our strawberry patch has gone crazy. So what I am assuming by looking at this is this winter or fall when we collect all our beans and those all die off, and the peppers, and then next spring, I think this is going to become probably all a strawberry patch. So it's looking like this garden's becoming a pollinator berry garden slowly. Pinto beans, bell peppers, there's more bells over here. You can see in there. Did she pick all the bells? I thought there was a big old pepper on here yesterday. She picked them, okay. That's all right. Here's another tomato. Look at this lavender. Okay, coming around. Andy planted, that's why you need rabbits. I do need rabbits. I planted a few different types of blueberries. Even got a type called pink lemonade blueberry. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I'm going to have to look for that. I could go for some of that. Pink lemonade blueberries. We have no success with blueberries here. That's a blueberry plant that's dying. This one's not dying, but it's back in there amongst the man. We haven't gotten any blueberries. I want blueberries, and I want some pink lemonade blueberries now. This amongst here is going to seed, but this is celeriac. It's another root crop. And then here's another pepper. I think that's a bell pepper. We have a lot of sweet mint in here. My goji berries died. They didn't come back this year, sadly. So no goji berries. That is another thing. Goji berries and mullein are 2 things I will grow someday. All right, cool. So in here I got 2 Fordwick 2 Fordwick zucchinis and 2 summer squashes. And so these we do in these vertical things. They work really well to help pull them up off the ground, keep pests and things away, and I don't know, it makes it a lot easier. I actually like growing them against this wall too, because the wall will retain some heat that helps them out in the coolness of the night at times. Also, though, that heat attracts these bugs to the wall. So the squash bugs, the stink bugs, the roly-polies in the morning like to, that wasn't YouTube approved, like to crawl up on the wall because it's warm and get off the water. And then I just come along and squish them. Here we got a dragon egg cucumber. These are ones my wife planted this year. Really interested to see. There's my daddle peppers. Yum, yum, yum. These 2 bushes these pepper plants will be enormous soon. And then she's got, I think, kale and some other things through here. This is another tomato, Genovese. These are my Chadwick cherries. Now tell me, have you ever seen cherry tomatoes this big? This is what all of our Chadwick cherries have done. That is an enormous cherry. All right, let's come around. More peppers and things in here. Ooh, the Egyptian walking onions. And this one's trying to walk. Anyone need any? Now's a good time for me to clip some heads and send them. Baker Creek for pink lemonade. Thank you very much. I will do that. If you had rabbits, you could be able to grow nearly anything. Yeah, just plant in rabbit scat. Yep, that is what I want. Your ground is probably too rich for blueberries. Oh, okay. You need different pH. So I can't grow elderberries here either. That has died. I bet you're right. A pot. All right. I got my families out here. So I got some carrots in here. Didn't do as many carrots this year. Kind of sad about that. Long red cherry. Here's Romas. Lots of Romas. This is Roma Row. What's up, Farmer Casey? You coming to say hi? Your walking onions are doing good, Andy. That is awesome. That is good.
Hello.
Farmer Casey's coming to join us. What do you want to show? Because I've showed not everything, but I've been walking around showing. Is there something you'd like to show in the yard?
Let's see if there's any strawberries.
We got your button quails out in the quail shack. I doubt there's strawberries. It's kind of too hot. There's definitely blackberries.
Oh yeah, let's look at blackberry. Let's see.
So Mom picked a bunch you had this morning. Can you get in there? Do you see one? And yeah, we don't spray anything. And then in the morning, I top water just down on them. So we just pick them and eat them. Get that one right there.
So it just comes right off?
Experiment with radishes. What is that, Verna?
So something that kind of cool is You know the blue raspberry candy, like the one that are on like push pops and stuff.
Casey, here. Just a sec, Keith. I'm gonna say goodbye to my eldest. You hold this.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
Let me clip this on you. Just a sec,
Okay.
Keith. Sorry. You take over for a moment, and I'm gonna go.
Yes, sir. So something that I found out that was cool is if you mix a little bit of honey or put some honey on top of your blackberries, it will taste like blue raspberry sauce, like the ones that's in candy, or like the one that you'd see in like a ring pop. And it's healthier compared to it, and I found that really cool. Holy cow. Oh, that was a sour one. I'm gonna go look for more. Oh, I see one. There's one right there.
All right, I'll cover that.
I see another berry.
Yes, the berry 4G is my favorite. Thank you. And I'll take you the mic. Ooh, this pen is good.
And
Everyone says hello.
you want this one?
Do I want it? Sure. All right. Give me the mic. We ready?
That one might be a little bit.
I want the tart one. Oh, that's good though. That's one of my favorite.
So what I was telling them,
Mhm.
was if you mix a little bit, it with a little bit of honey or dip in honey,
Ooh, honey.
it will taste like the blue raspberry, like candy almost.
Okay. Ooh, we can.
Like the ones in like ring pops and stuff.
Have you seen where they'll make like the candy, the sugar syrup, and then they dip like grapes in it and stuff, and then they come out?
The tanhuli?
I don't know. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
We should do that.
You know, you can actually like stick sugar in the microwave and then like let it melt.
You want to show them the button quails? Even though their cage is dirty. So the quail shack is dirty. The quails and the silkies have been living in there. And then I've been extra busy, so it's got a little bit of neglect, but it's gotten a little bit. But we got the button quail out here. They actually live in the quail cage I built, the blue quail cage, and they that actually works out really well for them. So I had so many projects I wasn't going to get that other one built, right?
Yeah.
But this works nice until you want them inside. Did it what? There's an egg, a silky egg, a random. Oh, look, it's because that bar got left up. So they laid it on the floor. All right, here's these little guys. So button quail having a side door, Nikki said, would be beneficial, and she was 100% right.
I thought there was only two in there.
So what are you in here? Get out of here. Here, can you do this? I can't do this with one hand.
I thought I only saw two of them,
Mm-hmm.
but the darker one was hiding.
Is that another egg? Oh, jeez. It's like an Easter egg hunt. Yeah, I think it kind of got stuck.
Yeah.
I might need to mess with it. I'll just show here. And they have lots of eggs we got to collect.
I feel bad taking your eggs.
You feel bad? You got to take them. You can't leave them. Don't feel bad taking them. We need to be collecting them.
There. See, the hand used to like half
And Solo's back.
The hand used like half of the back.
Oh, yeah. I need to pull it around. You need to, see? Just pull it back into place.
Wait, which one?
Like a
Does it go
dislocated
under?
arm.
Does it go under or forward? Like, is
It goes under. All right, so the solar system's holding up really good. It's actually working out really, really well this year. Look, we had a little mouse problem. Always battling with mouses. So I got to clean up down in there. And actually, that trap got one. That's not YouTube approved either. Did you get it?
Yeah.
You got it? Okay, go ahead and latch that. Make sure that's latched, and then we'll head out. We're going to go somewhere else. We're going to be live for another about 7 minutes. Where should we go?
I don't know.
There's one of the silkies down back there.
Bye.
Bye. Where are you going? You gonna go talk to Mom? All right, goodbye. And then here's another garden friend in the compost. We have lots of lizards. Now this one has missing his tail. I don't know if you can see him. He went way back in there, but he's the one I see around all the time. A lot of lizards. This compost I need to come turn. Come on, Scylla. Let's come out of here. We're going to go back in the greenhouse and I'm just going to chat for a sec. That's what we're going to do. A few minutes here. Spicy Mom's come say hi. You are now. Come on, Solo, get out of here.
I'm messy, but I'm in my shopos.
Just show
My
post.
comfy clothes.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear you.
Oh, I'm in my comfy garden clothes. Messy bun and shopos.
Say hi, Spicy Mom.
Hi. Who am I saying hi to? Everybody?
Everybody. There's a few people out here. For sure.
Hello.
They regrow their tails. The lizards, yep. They regrow their tails. We've been out here doing lots of work.
Work or play? For you, it's play.
It's always play.
Yeah.
I like the yard.
I know. I've been harvesting every single day. Herbs, berries. It got green beans already.
A lot of
Squash,
things.
zucchini,
It doesn't look like a lot. It's a pretty small garden, but we actually get quite a bit of things from it.
onions, garlic.
These onions look cool.
I have dill in like 5 different places. I didn't tell you I planted.
Oh, you're good. I think it might hear you.
I have dill in like 5 different places. I didn't tell you because I wanted to make sure I had enough to use for pickling at the end of the season. So
Pickling.
there's dill over there. There's dill over there. And there's dill in pots. Farmer Casey's there.
Yep. I think we did a pretty good garden tour. We showed quite a bit. I didn't plan on being on so long. Blanch and freeze the garden beans, Verna says.
I do.
Blanch and freeze. Oh, do we blanch them?
Yes, I do.
Oh, very cool.
I do that with our chard and we're gonna have kale. I do it with
Kale for
with all those
everyone.
leafy greens.
Yep.
They're jealous of each other.
Yep. They get jealous.
Pet one and then the other one goes crazy, and then the other one fights back.
You can smell that calendula.
Yeah, calendula smells great. If you guys haven't smelled calendula, it's also
And then they get mad at each other.
there's another name for the calendula.
There's another name for
Pickled green beans.
Oh.
Have you ever had a pickled green bean?
I don't think I have.
I'm curious how that would taste. We might have to try that this year. Verna says she's doing an experiment with, was it with radishes? No.
Radishes would
What'd she say? I'm looking.
dissolve. Radishes kind of dissolve. I don't know.
Oh, I missed some comments too. Cut a water jug along the sides. Oh, radish. Plant radish in it. Yeah. And we'll start that tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. Yep, radishes. What is this? Okay, let's go stand over here. We got 3 minutes here. So this is one of your favorite plants. Casey loves, what is it?
I forgot the name. Hibiscus.
The hibiscus, yep. All right.
So the cool thing about these flowers is you can just take off this little bit.
Now, I do want a disclaimer. You don't want to eat too many of them.
Yeah.
It could be bad for blood pressure, I believe.
Yeah.
If you eat too much, but they are good for you in small amount.
But they are edible.
Yep. But you love them, and look, it looks like we're gonna be harvesting them off the roof this year, possibly. We'll be harvesting off the roof. There's Solo doing his thing. No chemicals in the pool either, of course. So. And then we will haul a lot of this water out and water the garden when we change it out, huh?
I literally yesterday
There's a reuse.
I was taking buckets and just walking around and watering everything. It was hot in the evening, and watered it, and then we refilled it. I was gonna say that those are actually so they're hibiscus, but it's a rose of Sharon.
Rose of Sharon.
That's it. Somebody once commented
Rose of
on our
Sharon.
video that's the kind.
And then this is
Different
hollyhock.
than the it's different than the normal hibiscus.
Oh, okay, a little different. Andy says after the puppy recovers fully, you're going to put him on a homemade or raw diet. Very cool. Whatever they call it. Yep. And you're feeding him boiled chicken and rice for now. Awesome. Her puppy got parvo, but she's recovering, I guess. Yeah, parvo. They can get it.
Mhm.
That's sad, but getting better, so that's good.
That's why Uncle Michael didn't want to take his puppy to the dog park because
He was afraid of that.
when they're little is
Oh.
usually when they're susceptible.
Yeah, it can happen. Okay, I'm gonna come in here and then we're gonna say goodbye pretty much. Kale made me think of that. You need to plant some. Oh, for him, yep. I did so I did years ago. Years ago I did a raw dog food diet, and it was still from store-bought stuff, not nearly as good as it would be now, but which is good too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I've been wanting to switch to like using the quail and stuff, but I used to do a hamburger and liver and vegetable diet and then make patties and give it to the dogs and stuff. And I guess I just got lazy, but much better to do for them. These guys, unfortunately, do still eat a lot of dry dog food. But I have been talking on here, and that's one thing I want to do is switch over to a natural diet. So I'm curious, Andy, as to what you're going to be doing. And yeah, I look forward to hearing that. I should follow. No avocados yet. So I've been told that the avocado tree takes about 5 years before it will give me some. And the second one I had, so look, get out of my face. The second one I had died. So I don't know how this experiment's going to go. But the tree's cool. I think what I'm going to do, so this tree is getting big too. So what's going to happen is I'm going to extend the greenhouse out that way and make it taller, and then that tree will go in there. And I think I'm going to try and find, see if I can buy another one, because I know they need a second, I believe. And I got some years to wait, and everyone's like, oh, I hope, in 5 years you'll have them. And I'm like, well, I have a lot of plants here on the homestead that have taken years to give me stuff, and that's okay.
And these ones are edible too.
They are edible.
All right, so we are going to be hopping off. You guys want to say goodbye with me?
I'm just trying to tell you the hollyhocks are edible.
Hollyhock are edible.
And they're good in teas.
Hollyhock's good in tea too. Oh, hey, we'll have to try that out. Well, thank you everyone for joining us and following us around on our random stream live stream.
Every stream with you is a random.
They're always random. Yep, everyone's unique and special. Do you want to say the thing, Case?
Stay strong and do the things. Bye, y'all.
Stay strong, do things, y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Mr. Landfill and Verna, for moderating, and everyone for being here. You guys have a blessed day. We'll see you next time.
Here's a glass. Like that. How do you go? It smells like